And we have some breaking news at the top of 10:30. This is in connection with the Bengaluru rains. Civic body estimates that around 1,000 homes have been inundated due to the rains in the Bengaluru city. Chief Minister Bommai will be visiting few rain-affected areas with the corporation officials in order to take stock. And that's the latest that we have on the rains that have wreaked havoc in the Bengaluru city. Remember, so far we know that two laborers, in fact, died at a construction site amid the heavy rains, and in fact the Met Department has also issued a warning saying that today heavy to very heavy rainfall may take place in the city. All right, so that's the latest on the Bengaluru Rain Fury. Around 1,000 homes inundated. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Bommai will be visiting the rain-affected areas in order to take stock. And I'm being joined by my colleague Neha Hebale live on the broadcast, who's reporting from Bengaluru. Neha, a very good morning to you. Clearly no respite from the heavy rains in the Bengaluru city. What can you tell us more about the 1,000 homes that have been affected? Clearly normal life thrown out of gear. Please tell us more.
Well, absolutely, Pooja. In fact, it's quite tragic that the citizens of Bengaluru are having to deal with this despite having to pay heavy taxes. Let's tell you that, we're reporting right now from the Ullal area of Bengaluru, where a very tragic incident took place last evening, where, in fact, we saw how three workers would actually enter this very spot. This, what you see right now, is the spot where the fifth stage of the Kaveri Waterworks pipeline was, in fact, being laid. And we understand that it was at about 5 p.m. last evening where three workers had entered this location, had entered this spot, and unfortunately only one of them came out alive. The bodies of the other two were retrieved early this morning. We understand that by about 7 p.m. last evening, the water levels had reached quite high and the workers were not able to pull themselves out of this. Now, this brings us back to the question of, as of now, the police, of course, on their part, have secured two contractors, and a site inspection, in fact, is being done right now, even as we're reporting over here. And important that, of course, the police is looking at any angles of negligence at this point in time, whether, that possibility, whether that's being explored as well. So, of course, it's important over here to mention that even as two precious lives have been lost, right now, we're still reporting as to how more than 1,000 homes have been flooded in Bengaluru city, is what the commissioner tells Mirror now. Important also to mention over here that, in fact, it's not just these 1,000 homes. People have been relocated. About 40 families have already been moved to safer areas at this point in time in Mahalakshmi layout area of Bengaluru city. The Chief Minister, Basavaraj Bommai, is also said to be visiting a few rain-affected areas. Now, largely, what the commissioner says is that these rains, which they're seeing this time around, in fact, weren't anticipated, and the capacity of the canals and the stormwater drain system in Bengaluru city is unable to handle the capacity of the rains. But it's important to highlight, Pooja, that, four commissioners prior to the existing Commissioner Tushar Girinath as well, we've been hearing this for almost about 4.5 years now about how Bengaluru's drainage system has not caught up with the infrastructure and with the rain capacity. So this really makes the citizens and one question as to what the civic body and the government have been doing now for almost about 4 years. And ever since the rains have been lashing the city, we've only been seeing problems and more problems for the citizens, from waterlogging to drains not being able to handle the capacity to dirty sewage water entering the homes of the citizens.